be transferred to Canada grows. Senator Galvez, followed by Senator Gignac. Thank you very much. I have two questions. The first one for Ms. Paget on SMR technology. I'm an engineer. And if I look at the history of the Canadian nuclear industry, CANDU reactors were developed 80 years ago.
For several moments in which we're supposed to develop the small modular nuclear reactors, but we hadn't. Now, in this budget, you are saying that we are going to do two things. We are going to keep doing with the decommissioning and taking care of the waste, and that we are going to advance because the government has announced a new energy strategy in which nuclear is there. And actually, I heard in the news that our Prime Minister is selling the nuclear compact reactors that we don't have yet. So can you explain me how we're going to develop in the next year this so that we can sell actually nuclear compact reactors?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm happy to take that question. So Canada is a leader in small modular reactors in the sense that we are building the first in the G7 grid scale SMR. It is not a Canadian technology. It is GE Hitachi technology that's being built in Darlington. But the reason that Canada has been so enthusiastic about being first is that there are many first mover advantages. The supply chain around the building of this SMR is Canadianizing as a result of us being the first location. There is Canadian expertise, technology vendors and other companies who are already starting to export their expertise to other countries. And so while it is not a CANDU or Canadian-based technology, there are many advantages to Canada moving first in this space.
We used to have all of that advantages when we were working with the French people. And I remember very well when CANDU was sold to SNC Lavalin and they supposed to. So what are the other advantages that will make it this time to happen?
Right. So Atkins Realis, who took, who is now the licensee for the CANDU technology, is presently working on a next generation, multiple technologies, but in particular a technology called Monarch, which is a gigawatt scale reactor. They're looking at deploying a version domestically and also a version that would be applicable for export.
When?
They're looking at finalizing the design in the next 5 years or so, but they are very much active in the current bid that Ontario is performing to select a technology. The Monarch technology is one of 2 technologies being considered by Ontario.
Okay, so you're crossing your fingers?
It is a credible technology choice, and they're working with CNSC as the regulator right now to get clearances to continue the design work.
Do I have time for my second question?
Yeah.
Or second? Okay, I have my second question for Mr. Brisson. So, merci beaucoup d'être là, répondre à nos questions.
Thank you for answering our questions. We know that China controls 90% of the entire value-added chain of critical minerals. So not just production, but throughout the chain. They produce, they manufacture chips, electronics for satellites and defense, so on and so forth. And also because they realize that those critical minerals are in mining residues. So that's a big advantage for them because it adds value to something that used to have no value. What can we do? So Ms. Paget from the department can answer your question. Thank you for your question. So amongst the programs that we have at NRCan, there is a program that develops processes, and the processing of critical minerals that includes the ability to advance recycling projects and projects where you try to find value from old mines that have important residues. It's part of the diversification of critical mineral sources, especially for rare earths. We support a few projects through these programs. It's especially done on the recycling front. And we can provide you with some more information on that.
That you will develop the complete mineral value chain, the complete. I understand that that means not only extracting and producing, but also refining and doing some manufacturing after. So what are the types of products that you will look to manufacture here?
Yeah, so I would say in terms of the Department of Natural Resources, we're really focused on the upstream and the midstream of the value chain. So that means getting products and technologies to a certain level until they can produce into the downstream. So, for example, for let's say we're building batteries or building magnets, because magnets are really the product from rare earths. So we're really trying to diversify the source of rare earths. So in Canada, we have some significant deposits. We have some very interesting projects in Quebec and BC and other projects that we're supporting right now through different tools. So one of the tools that we lead on, and which is part of what we're reporting on, is the infrastructure, the enabling infrastructure to be able to access the upstream, so through the mining. But also supporting the processing technologies. So for rare earths to become magnets, for example, we're looking at projects. There's the UCOR project that we're supporting in Ontario, where it's really the difficulty is developing our own expertise and technology to refine the rare earths and separate them. So China is the lead on those kinds of technologies, but we are trying to develop our own abilities to do that, which can then, the rare earths can be extracted and used in magnet production, which can then, apply to motors or, multitude of application in the defense space as well. So we're really, tackling all the way from the upstream to the midstream, all the way to the actual application and how we can work also with allies that are looking to do that.
Thank you. Second